Some things are crystal clear, but it's only 15 seconds. Some things you can see 45 minutes of something moving around, but it's kind of blurry because that's a lot of data.
So you've seen crystal clear at times videos of what appear to be, would you say, non-human intelligence made craft? I mean, what you see evidence that the rest of the world doesn't get to see. That starts happening.
Yeah. Nothing in those videos necessarily proves it's extraterrestrial or non-human. It certainly is anomalous, exotic, and unexplainable.
And advanced.
Yes.
Beyond our capabilities that you know of?
I don't know. Some of it might have been within our capabilities to replicate, even in an inferior manner. But quite a lot of it is, it's either something else or we live in a world where we have been left behind.
Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the goddamn internet. And today we're going to be talking about the brand new Weaponized podcast that just dropped last night. And it is crazy, guys. It's absolutely crazy how much information came out within this new Whistleblower. And this is not fucking Ben, okay? I know a recent video we did on Ben. This is Matthew Brown, and he's former Undersecretary of Defense for Intel contractor, okay? And he talks about anomalous, exotic, and unexplainable UAPs for up to 45 minutes long. It's either something else or we have been left behind. How insane is those statements? This is someone with a lot of clearance to top secret shit. And yeah, you can see he's not media trained. There's this comment on the video where Jesse says he sounds beyond reasonable and not media trained. Great job, Jeremy and George. And I've got to agree. Great job, Jeremy and George. The content is on fire. We're going to keep pushing. Go UFO, as my main man, Jeremy Corbell, would say. And yeah, we're going to be checking more out. Stay till the end because that's where all the best spots are. Subscribe, notifications on, like, comment. Those help a ton. But the absolute most help is a share. And yeah, pretty soon we're going to be the fastest growing channel. So yeah, stay with me and let's watch.
And we will hear testimony today concerning recent revelations about a purportedly secret UAP program whose existence and findings may have been improperly withheld from Congress. This is going to be the original document about Immaculate Constellation.
Those of us who have been following this very closely have been hearing whispers of the words Immaculate Constellation for a few months now.
So Immaculate Constellation has come so far from when we first heard of it. I remember I was first hearing about it. And guys, this video gets just insane, okay? These stories coming out. So in this new podcast, please check out Weaponized, link in the description. But it is mentioned that someone was found in the program, and it was Lou Elizondo. And there's a lot of things that was spoken about that was not previously known. Like they mentioned someone that is a big contradiction and does not make sense in a few key ways. So we're going to be checking that out and talking more about that because it's really significant if you know the context and history of what's happened and how. So I think it's Sarah Graham. What the fuck's Gran? Some shit. But this chick came out and basically said the jellyfish UFO was not legitimate. She was casting, credibility damage to Weaponized, George Knapp and Jeremy Corbell. And this was really significant. So she actually went for them and said the footage they released, which they have vetted in the strictest way, is not legitimate, and they have debunked that. And there was that whole drama, and I think this is where that saga continues, guys. So check this shit out, okay?
The Immaculate Constellation, it's a UAP reconnaissance program. I can affirm this 100%.
What is in here is wild. I mean, I'm paraphrasing, but reports of F-22s getting like boxed in by flying orbs that they couldn't shake. There were satellite images or satellite image of a football field-sized flying saucer hiding in clouds.
I have personally walked people into members' offices for private meetings so they could see eye to eye and they could meet.
You are the author of what the world knows as the Immaculate Constellation report.
It has been allowed to corrupt and infest every aspect of our society to serve the interests and whims of a very elite, select few.
So right now they're calling this timeline that we're in, a lot of people that are like pro-communist, like say America is at a late capitalist stage where billionaires, you know, get their tentacles in all aspects of society, politics, directions, and oligarchy. I mean, Russia has a lot of oligarchy, and the communists, I think, somewhat, right? I mean, they have fake elections, but I don't know. Do you guys think like that's where we're headed? Just billionaires getting their fingers in all aspects of society and controlling it, and their tentacles, right? And are they managed by the NHI because they're so easily influenced by power and money and they do not want to lose it? Or how would that even work, right? How would this real life script be going if that was the case?
So the next slide, the third slide about, just jumps straight into the mission of the SAP and showing what apparently the results of that mission are. And it's a collection incident in the Pacific Ocean. The subject of collection is several Russian naval intelligence vessels in the middle of the ocean at night. And above those vessels is a large black triangle floating in the air. This is a still image, but it is color.
Okay, so that's the first kind of event, but what was the mission? What was the mission? That's what people want to know, is what was the mission of Immaculate Constellation as described in the product?
So in the product itself, you had to piece together the mission by reading the whole thing and kind of putting together the parts. It never spelled out fully, like as it should, the mission of the SAP. And I assume that's because this is a type of brief where there will be inserts to the deck, which would be inserted by the SAP control officer during the briefing that would provide another level of detail. But based on the information included in there and its description, the mission becomes apparent, and that is a bare minimum. It's the intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance mission of a global nature for UAPs and RVs.
Notice how he says, right? Global. We know global. Office of Global Access, guys. That's what we're talking about. This is how everything came out of Immaculate Constellation. It's next fucking level. We are closer than most people realize. And the truth is going to set us free, guys. Let's just embrace that shit. I want to know everything about this shit. As you can see, by starting this channel, I'm fucking obsessed with this shit, right? If you are to subscribe right now and check out what's coming, because you have no idea, you're not ready.
ARVs. The hesitation there is some time has passed. One of those acronyms is in there, either RV or ARV, and that is how the triangle, in this case, was labeled.
It's been 7 years, so as you're reading through this and that you're remembering RV or ARV just for our audience. So RV is, reverse.
So there's also been a lot of documentation and unverified documentation / leaks where there's talk of ARVs, RVs like reproduction vehicles, alien reproduction vehicles, but the A could also be anomalous reproduction vehicles. And guys, there's terms for all the shit that is actual governmental, terms. And it's really revealing, but what it exactly reveals is the question. But there's something huge that is hidden from the American people, and it is not gatekept by elected officials.
Reproduction vehicle. Yeah. And the ARV would mean alien, anomalous reproduction.
We see people in the literature say alien reproduction vehicle. It could just be anomalous
advanced
or advanced. It could be anything that can go after A.
So you don't know what that is. But
I don't.
This is a pretty interesting image here.
It is. And then the text that accompanies it describes the incident.
And what can you tell us?
Yeah, the summary of that is just how it unfolded. I should actually back up and say the image itself was unique. This isn't by a plane or a satellite. It looks to be a image pretty close to the waterline. So something that to me read is we have a clandestine submersible asset.
Okay, so right now we're getting to the good part. Do not leave or click away yet, okay? This is what you've been waiting for. He talks about, and this is the guide to know, guys. He talks about the submerged objects, and the US has significant technologies that is not public in all aspects, whether it's in the water or in the air. But he did mention that nothing can, to his knowledge or anything like that, do what he has been seen. And it kind of shows that they're not the dominant force or they've been left behind, which is a massive red flag. The US is the #1 superpower on motherfucking Earth. So that is not supposed to be the case, right?
Close by this fleet, and it's taking pictures, trying to stay unnoticed. And so, yes, in the description, it basically lays out what occurred that night, which was that our collection assets were there in area monitoring Russian naval vessels. Not sure what they're doing there, but they've been hanging out in the middle of the ocean in this place, apparently for a few days. Keep an eye on them. And this night, while they are observing the Russian vessels, a large black triangle materializes or decloaks or something. The point is it did not move. It appeared directly above these ships, probably no more than 200 meters, pretty close.
So in this case, you're going to see either the Russians has this technology or they knew where it was going to dematerialize, right, to where it's visible to the human eye. The Russians seem to be much more involved within this phenomenon than expected originally, right? And the US does not want to lose access to making the announcement that we're not alone. And yeah, it's becoming a real risk that Russia might know more than is known to us, at least, right? I don't know what it's like at that top level, but yeah, they just have free range, do what the fuck they want, keep it a secret, capitalize on it. I don't even know what the point is, right? Let me know what you think personally.
Interestingly, as noted in the report itself, there was no visible reaction from these vessels from what would almost certainly be considered a hostile approach.
What do you take away from that? They didn't notice it, or they're not upset about it, or they don't know what to do with it, or what?
So the implication also in the text describing it was, the analysis in the text was that the Russian Navy had foreknowledge that this vehicle would appear in that area of the ocean, and they were there specifically to either collect on it themselves or to interact with it in some way.
Any indication that it might be theirs, that they knew it's going to be there because they control it?
Not in that document, and I haven't seen anything to make me think that they controlled that particular craft, but didn't see anything to the contrary either.
I guess it could be that they've seen it before, that there's nothing they can do about it, so don't get excited about it.
Might be, although it is interesting, if it's something that's part of their environment, as it were, why are they making an effort to be in this space at this time to collect on something they already know about?
Is it like in the middle of nowhere?
Yeah, it's off the coast of Kamchatka, as I recall, in the Pacific Ocean.
That's what struck me. I mean, my mind goes to the idea that they were kind of camped out, deep kind of ocean in this one specific area durationally. It kind of implies to me, if I'm thinking outside the box here, there's some form of comms or communication with whoever the operators are of this craft. Am I going too far with that idea? Or?
I think it's a reasonable one to have, but it's not one that I can validate.
Yeah, let's be clear. You were exposed to something. We're just touching the basics here. We're theorizing. We're talking about a bunch of stuff we don't know, but the descriptions that you were exposed to kind of give you a little insight that we can at least look at some of those assumptions.
Right. Absolutely. And I'm sure there's a literature out there that can help narrow down
So Immaculate Constellation, you've never heard this term before, and it doesn't give you the full picture there, but what other additional information did it give about what this was and how it operates?
Just describe the events and that analysis of the event of the Russians having foreknowledge to be there, and describing how the event occurred as I just went over.
So this is a page turner. So you're interested. Yeah.
You're curious now.
Absolutely.
What do you do next? What do you
Go to the next page, and it was disappointing because we get into a couple slides of orbs, and I had already seen orbs at this point in an official setting.
So the next pages show orbs from different parts.
So subscribe right now if you even slightly enjoyed this video. I appreciate you watching till this point. Massive props to you. Appreciate ya. And yeah, I don't know if you guys saw the new tat. Pretty fucking sick. Check that shit out, right? Pretty slick. Yeah, thanks for watching. Gonna be covering a lot more on this very, very soon. Patreon down below, Twitter, TikTok. Support a bit, guys. Thanks. Cheers.
I know a bar out in Mars where they driving spaceships instead of cars. Cop a Prada space suit about the stars. Getting stupid high straight about the jaws. Pockets on Shrek, rockets on deck. Tell me what's next, alien sex. I'ma disrobe you, then I'ma probe you. See, I abducted you, so I tell you what